so large scale, or do I want to implement little things along the way? I agree with the direction. I just don't know that you can do it in one fell swoop without implementing as many problems as you're fixing.
I guess what I'm thinking is I'm looking for the best solution, and that will take time. And if we don't be fast about the choices, that time will not come in my lifetime.
It'll come in our lifetime.
So you're being selfish?
I mean, I think the solution is change. So, like, if that's the case, let's do it. Let's go. Like, the current system isn't working. So if something else is going to have mistakes, so like, okay, we agree it's going to have mistakes, and we're going to have to evolve it over time. Let's get to going on it.
Why? Okay, let me ask you this then. Why do you need to be alive for that change to happen?
Well, it's not just my life. It's everyone who's currently on Earth. It's also their life.
I know, but I'm only saying that because you implemented the part about, well, then if we don't do it quickly, I won't get to see it. Is the vibe that I got?
Yeah, me in that scenario is humans. All the ones that currently have eyes and exist. Every day that goes by, every day that goes by,
now
and it's not.
When I say me, I mean every human that exists. That's a hell of an assumption you're asking.
First of all, I want to discuss the bigotry against people who don't have eyes. Okay, you're going to get a lot of hate from black people.
If you don't have eyes, you're immoral. Everybody knows it.
Facts. Stamp.
Yeah, like 100% of the people without eyes have never watched our podcast. They're not for me.
They may not have watched it, but
we're going to lose 0 audience members if we're losing people that don't have eyes.
We're going to lose that one blind guy that I gave my podcast to.
Whoa, I didn't say all blind people. I said people without eyes.
People without eyes don't watch the podcast. People without RB2s, no, they watch the podcast.
Goddamn right they
do. Some of them make the podcast.
Oh, jeez.
I have an RB2, sir.
Go get him.
You're speaking of me. Speaking of me.
I have
2 RB2s, sir. In fact, I absolutely have 2 RB2s.
I have 3 RB1s, but we could talk about that later.
Yeah, but they perform like RB3s, so, it's fun.
Hey, now we're on topic. I love it.
There we are. All right, well, here we are, week 12, guys. We did that seamlessly, I might say so myself. We'll see how much of that we keep in, we cut. I don't know. It was kind of fun. We'll see what happens.
That's what I'm here for.
But, we're here, and it's week 12, and we're back on it. A little tired, but we're rolling. We had a lot of close matchups this week.
What a great week. Great week.
There was some wild shit.
A lot of excitement. 1 week left of the regular season after today.
This is probably like the closest down to the wire our league has had in recent memory.
This is the closest league that I've ever played in.
This is the best. This is the best year of the best league. This is it.
True. This is we have a very competitive. It's pretty fucking wild.
We got a lot of personalities that are coming to light, and it's a lot of fun.
It's great. The trash talk we're getting out of Brant this year. It's fantastic.
It's been good. Oh, the vinegar that I was able to endure next to Todd at the bar this weekend too. So good.
Yeah. Oh, Todd was.
Oh yeah.
Todd was throwing flames.
We got a salty Todd over a finally.
Understandably. I mean, somewhat understandably.
I mean, he put up a 73, so I don't have the patience
That's
for
true.
it.
That takes away a little bit of it. But prior to that, him being salty was valid.
Yeah? You think?
Okay, but then when you put up 73...
I can see where it's coming from.
And everybody in the league would have beat you. Everybody would have beat you by 15
Yeah, I agree that when you put up 73, you no longer get to complain about it because you didn't... You didn't put up, so you gotta do
so
the.
You would have lost to literally everyone.
Yeah,
on almost any week of the year.
He wouldn't have lost to Bailey the last 4 weeks before that though, because she had a high of 60 all of those.
But then you can add the extra salt to the fact that the ETN injury, like I think that's why he was upset, because like who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day. Okay,
so
I got 3 yards. His RB1 got 3 yards and then knocked out the game. And then he had to watch Hasty go off.
Yeah, we should keep it focused on fantasy talk. Let's just keep it.
What do you think we're doing?
I was gonna do spoiler, but anyway,
that's it.
So
that's all the flavor, man.
Yeah. Anyhow, the thing is, well, no, I was gonna say something else off the rails. So anyway, what I'm saying is, Derek Carr. If we're gonna do Todd's team, because we got to focus in on the team, right? So if we're gonna talk about Todd's team, like you're saying, EDN gets hurt, right? Brutal. That's like the three-headed running back monster that's been carrying Todd back into fantasy relevance, and he just lost one of the legs. And it actually, that particular leg of the three-legged horse had a great playoff schedule coming up, I believe, too. Like EDN was supposed to be like a potential league winner, and now
that is not accurate. I don't believe. Week 15, he's playing 14 through 16 against Tennessee, Dallas, and the Jets.
So that is incorrect.
That's incorrect. But he gets to play Detroit and Tennessee, and you can definitely run on both of those teams.
Yeah.
Tennessee is like mediocre. I mean, and also like honestly, you cannot throw the ball. Like you can throw the ball on Dallas, but like if you try to throw the ball on Dallas and Dallas's offense plays okay, like what's going to happen to you is you're going to fall behind, and then that pass rush is going to go nuts out of you. Mm-hmm. And like games when I see them get into that game script, they inevitably win.
Well, that's exactly why they railroaded the Vikings. They had that sack fumble the first like the third play of the game, and then they got points out of it, and then it was just ugly. It was over.
Dallas is a nasty team to be down like several scores on. I don't know how the hell the Packers managed.
It's a steamroll. It's a steamroll kind of team. Yeah. If it's close, then flip it. But yeah, if you get down multiple scores against that team, it gets weird.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
But I mean, Dameon Pierce for Todd as well, just 3.1 against Miami. And I know it's because they had Kyle Allen playing, and so they just had zero offense. But this performance, this 73-pointer, is going to put him in the ladder.
It's rough. I mean, he gets nothing out of Juwan Johnson either. Juwan Johnson's been putting up at least like 5 points a week. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. And the other thing is, he can't even really be that mad because, like, sure, she made some moves, right? But let's say she played, even if she would have like played the worst position in like the worst, like if she would have played Heineke, she still beats him. Okay, if she would have played like one or two of these crappier wide receivers, she still beats him. So it's
she did play Jerick McKinnon instead of Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
But you've mentioned in past weeks that you can't use the hindsight to railroad Todd. You know what I mean?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So you changed your opinion on that,
and I am so grateful for that because
changing my opinion on the
what do you think this podcast is? It's all hindsight, baby. Let's go.
The whole thing is hindsight.
No,
but
I've noticed the key change.
Hey, there's as Cody said, where the wind blows. All of a sudden, everybody's sucking Patrick.
What's that mean?
As soon as we need Patrick to win, let's go, Patty. Hey,
goddamn right.
That was fun.
It's a fickle league. It's a league of fickle people.
A league of fickle
gentlemen. I'm at the top.
Nice.
Of the fickleness.
The league of fickle gentlemen.
Although Kenneth Walker, that third running back for Todd, has been killing it. I tried to get him off of Todd's roster when he was on bye week last week, and I tried to throw even Joe Mixon at him, and he wouldn't have it.
Well, I probably wouldn't do that either. I mean, Ken Walker is ridiculous.
There was other people involved, but yeah. It's a good thing he held on to him.
I'm sure glad Ken Walker is in the ladder, baby. Nothing to worry about moving forward.
That's not necessarily.
He can still get back in, can he?
He might be able to sneak into a 6th spot.
I don't believe.
He can. I mean, because Allen, they're all going to be 6 and 6. One of those guys is going to get in. There's 3 spots.
Really?
Yeah, one of those. It's going to be Todd, Austin.
You're right.
Allen still has a shot because he beat your sorry ass this week.
Technically, he does.
Does he? Oh,
they also have a shot if they win.
Hold on. So you got me, you got you and Erica, and
what's wild?
Jake's going to be 7 and 5. I'm going to be 7 and 5, and there's going to be a whole bunch of people fighting
Okay.
Brant's gonna be 6-6.
Oh, you're right. All right. So
Wait.
you got the two Jakes.
Austin's out.
So you got me, Patty, Erica, the two Jakes, and then everyone else 6-6. So there is one spot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll get into the matchups for next week too.
We have to.
Anyway,
we have to cover that.
Yeah, anyway, we should keep it rolling. I'm gonna be hard to keep on the rails during this one, boys. I can already sense it. But anyway,
let's slam through these matchups because we got to talk about next week's tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So
and
anyway,
all the matchups tonight are fantasy relevant, so we can kind of burn through some of them pretty quick too.
Yeah, because Jonathan Taylor already put Dave away, so that was the only thing that was still up for grabs.
Yep, he did. Got the touchdown, so that's over. Unless he fumbles 3 times, which I don't see that happen. But
not gonna happen. If he does, I hope Pittsburgh returns them all for touchdowns.
If he does, they're going to take him out after the second one. He's not even going to get a chance to fumble 3 times. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know, so
that's also just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Let's just move on.
Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, Bailey, Jalen Hurts breaks the Eagles' rushing record set by Michael Vick on the Packers, who apparently, have just completely given up on their season. So,
I mean, they should have. So
probably let's play for a draft pick now, and let's do the thing that we should have done this year, and then could have actually had a winning season. Let's tank the rest of the year and then make an actual pick next year instead of waiting. Which I guess they've been proven right on Christian Watson a little bit. He's pretty good. Christian Watson, pretty good.
I like having him.
Right. He's explosive as hell.
I like having him.
I'm actually hopeful, but he's a little bit brittle. But anyway.
It makes me a little sad to see Ezekiel Elliott dying with 16 points in an injured reserve slot on the bench of a team that has 2 wins.
And
talk about Jalen Hurts and Ezekiel Elliott have been taken out of our fantasy league this year. They've essentially not existed.
Accurate.
I tried to trade for Jalen Hurts about a bazillion times. And
we're all glad you didn't pull it off.
I bet you are, because God damn it, I made some good offers. But anyway, she had a really good, her receivers came through. Dalton Schultz got the 2 touchdowns on Thanksgiving. That was fun, a little whack-a-mole.
JT just fumbled.
Oh, he did?
Todd got to see Dalton Schultz get 17 points Thursday and then just stress about it for 3 straight fucking days on his holiday weekend.
Amari Cooper's been on a tear lately too. It'd be fun to see what he does with Mr. Watson next week.
It will be.
I know everyone's expecting big things.
The number 8 receiver in fantasy this year.
Yeah,
with Jacoby Brissett. It has been quiet, but that's because they're 4 and 7.
Yeah, they're not good, but he's been very consistent.
They just beat the Bucs.
Yeah, in overtime.
Did you see Jacoby Brissett block it for Anthony Schwartz on their first touchdown out on that end around? He laid a safety out.
I mean, he's the size of a tight end. That's a big dude.
He's a big dude, and he just shouldering a guy for an end around.
They call him the beef brisket for a reason. The man's got LBs. Call him the beef brisket. That's what I call him.
Like Dante Culpepper.
No shit.
I mean, he's big. He's probably bigger than Culpepper, to be honest. He's taller. I think he's taller. He might weigh more.
That's wild.
Balance sheet?
Yeah, get on it. Continue. I will return with this information.
Hold on. He's going to go back to 2005 to find Dante Culpepper. Hold on.
Did you know that Kirk Cousins has more wins as a Viking than Dante Culpepper? Did you see that stat last Sunday?
Dante Culpepper was not the starter for very long over there.
For 4 years.
How long's Kirk Cousins been there?
Oh,
I
my
know,
God.
But that's what I'm saying. You think about Culpepper as a Viking for a long time. He was only a Viking for 4 years.
You think about you're wrong because you forget Randall Cunningham was the one. And you think Dante Culpepper and Randall Cunningham are the same guy because Randy Moss showed up with Randall still there.
Yeah, and Randall Cunningham was better.
And everybody forgets that.
Yeah. Jacoby ain't got shit on Dante. So they were the same height, both of them 6'4". Jacoby 231, Culpepper 260.
That boy thick.
God.
That boy was thick in the middle.
Cheeseburger Culpepper.
I remember they introduced the truck stick in Madden. They called it that when he was in the game still and people were talking about it.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy.
Burr.
Wow.
That makes me nervous.
That is
260?
6'4", 260. It's like a fucking fullback throwing the ball around.
Jesus.
Did I hear somebody say that Culpepper was only in Minnesota for 4 years?
He
That's what Patrick
started
said.
for 4 years.
Okay.
Started?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like 5, but it was close. It was close.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There for 7, but only started for 5. I saw
Okay.
7, and I'm like, well, that wasn't close.
Well, no, because I saw the little Vikings. You know, there was some stat they had about It was on Thanksgiving, and that's why I saw it, because I was actually pretty sick on Thanksgiving, so I was laying on the couch watching all the football games, which that part of it was fun. But the other part sucked. But yeah, anyway, saw the stat when I was laying on the couch. So anyhow, anything
Not
else
really
we got
any
for
other
these
notes
guys?
on this matchup, I don't think.
No, just that. Just the top put up 73, and Bailey gets her second win of the year. That's it.
And also, let's not be mad that Bailey is participating. Everybody's been saying participate the whole year, and then she participates, and we're all mad. She's gonna do it.
We're not all mad about that. Todd was mad about that.
I mean,
we
it
are
just
not.
happened to be.
We are not all mad about that.
For the record, to anybody who listens to this, the thought of who she was playing never crossed my mind once when I reached out to her. And I will say that honestly. And if you don't
Nobody
believe me,
did anything wrong. It was just some unfortunate timing that rubbed somebody wrong. It would have rubbed me wrong had I been in those shoes, I feel like.
Me and Todd spoke.
Especially fighting for a spot, you know?
Yeah. It makes sense. Emotions are high. That just means that Todd fucking wants to be in the playoffs real bad, and that's the kind of person we want in the league.
But you know what? You can't put up 73 points to get in the playoffs, so get your shit together. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing that I'm here for.
Yeah. So anyhow, should we talk about you and Alan? That's the next one on the scroll over.
Yeah,
can we do the important ones towards the end, if that's okay with you guys, and do the ones like the Austin and Trisha ones that are
that don't matter.
Knock them out.
Okay.
Neither one of them's in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
Keep the viewers to the end.
That's fine with me. Because what's there to say about that? Nothing.
I mean, Patty did Patty things, but they didn't really trounce the Rams. You know, Bryce Perkins put up an admirable effort, but
how about Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen getting faced off in a fantasy duel in our league and it not meaning a thing?
There's a lot of quarterbacks that should be on great teams that are going to be irrelevant because they're not even going to be in the playoffs.
True.
Which is kind of wild.
It's almost as if quarterbacks are interchangeable and you can have a mid-tier guy and not spend a high draft pick on him, Dave.
Yeah. It's almost like, the difference between the QB1 and the QB9 is not nearly the same as the difference between the running back 1 and the running back 9.
It's almost as if.
Josh Allen's not even the QB1 anymore after the slow last couple of weeks he's had.
Ooh, who's got it?
Don't know.
QB1?
Oh, it's Mahomes. Two matchups.
Yeah, Mahomes has been the most consistent.
Trisha got a win this week on the back of her Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, which have been her MVPs since she's had them on her team, which is week 5 or week 6.
Stephon Diggs, wide receiver 1 on the season.
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
He's just a target whore.
And he catches everything. His catch radius is stupid.
His route running, also stupid.
Great route running, and anything near him is going to catch.
He has an amazing quarterback throwing to him that can get it to him immediately out of a break because he has
can throw a double move route like a fucking nobody else.
God, he's just got such a fucking cannon.
His out and up routes to Diggs to the outside shoulder are lethal. They've had so many touchdowns on that this year. It's been stupid.
There's never a safety there. They can't run that corner fast enough. Because
he's going to beat the corner off the line every time over the middle, and then he does that 3-4 times, and then he goes, I'm doing that again. Nope. To the outside, 40-yard touchdown. They've been doing it all year. And it's
gross.
It's just when you're that good, can't cover a guy. But James Conner had a week for Austin. First round draft pick, James Conner. Finally.
He looked good. 120 yards on the ground, 20 more on catches too. Touchdown to add.
Man, we had Austin in the bar this Sunday. It felt so good.
They did.
Nice.
And Strozzi in there. They had quite the game.
Yeah.
Fun when Strozzi comes in, has his coffee, eats a little breakfast, talks some shit.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
some
yeah, with
shit
Strozzi
talking.
around.
There was.
some
Oh
shit
yeah,
talking.
sure
It
there
was
was.
it was a healthy day.
I left
miss being there
that
with you
bar
guys.
with my tail between my legs and returned a couple hours later for glory.
I can only imagine Strozzi's face as Josh Jacobs is streaking down the field and he's like adding up points in his head. He's like, "Wait, no, where did he start running from?" So that's what I would have been doing. Like,
Yep.
Because he barely did it too. If like it would have been like a 30-yard less, you know.
Sounds like we can move on to our next matchup because we already kind of have right.
Okay, I guess
Right.
we didn't really do that one
I just
justice.
want to paint a picture for you guys because I was at work. I had to clock on at 4. I came in a little bit early at like 3:15, which is right in the middle of the afternoon games. And I had already acknowledged defeat. I'd checked my app a couple times just because of muscle memory. I know I've lost. The game's fucking over. I'm down by like 12 points. I've got one player left. It's overtime. It's just not going to happen. So I'm just bartending. I'm not paying attention. I'm watching the games a little bit. I look up and I see somebody break through because the bar starts getting a little bit louder. And I look and I make sure it's 2-8 and I see 2-8 on the jersey and I go, oh. And my hand's just like a reflex straight up in the air, like a touchdown. And then I went, you know what's going to happen? The way this season's been panning out, I'm going to go to my app. I'm going to be down by a point, and it's just going to not be enough. Sure enough, I stopped talking to the customers that were right in front of me, went to my phone, loaded up my app.
Who are probably Seahawks fans, by the way.
Most likely.
With Jake's arms in the air.
You're just like, well,
I walked around the bar for 5 minutes just like this, and I told like everybody that nobody cared, but I was so excited.
The greatest thing would have been if you would have been like standing under like a rack of glass cups, and then your just reflexes to go like this. You just knock the whole thing over, but you just don't care for like 5 minutes because you're celebrating.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would have sucked for you, but like the
worth it.
Dude, hit that gong at that point. Like,
no
you kidding
shit.
me? Like, let them know.
In 80s, just think about the context.
Shooting water at people with the hose.
It's like that Justin Jefferson catch last week or whenever it was. Like it's an amazing. No, you're good. I said it's like that Justin Jefferson catch a couple weeks ago or last week, the 4th and 18. It's an amazing catch, but then you add the context to it. It's an amazing run, but then you add the context of overtime to send me into the playoffs on a 3-game skid. Emotions
that man had 300 yards. 300 yards from scrimmage.
303.
Everybody say thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, but you want to know what else has happened?
No.
Mitchell's out for the rest of the year. He's out for the rest of the year.
Who?
And T. Higgins also helped me win the week. So everybody say thank you, Jake.
Nobody said it. That's weird.
T. Higgins also won me last week's.
Well, I hope T. Higgins you can put in your running back slot when Christian McCaffrey gets out carried or
again
goes down.
He's not going to get out and carried because Elijah Mitchell out for the season.
You're right.
He's
just going to get overused and beat up and broken.
Overuse him for the next 4 weeks.
For the next 4 weeks. There you go.
And I don't care. How's that? How about he dies with 30 points in week 17? Or in 16.
The other pivotal moment. Do you guys remember that Derrick Henry long ass play? What was it, like 70 yards or something?
This one's got
it's down to the 5-yard line, and the guy strips it out and he fumbles it. They still get the touchdown for the team, but that would have been enough to give Jake the win, even with the Josh Jacobs touchdown.
That won me $10 in DraftKings because I played Treylon Burks and he got credit with a touchdown.
Wow. Working out for podcasters everywhere.
It was fantastic. It was beautiful. I also made a bold call and played Mike White and Garrett Wilson. That worked out real well for me too.
Yes, it did. Yes, it
did. One of these,
Patrick, we're talking about my glory right now, you motherfucker.
Let me
it back in.
No, we'll talk
Who cares about your $10 you made? I just made the fucking playoffs.
Who cares about your playoffs? I made $10. Anyway.
That's a valid point, but let me just tell you about the money that I won.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Nick Chubb getting a bonus touchdown at the end because the Browns are like, we're not letting this kicker lose the game for us after he already almost lost the game for us.
Mm-hmm.
That was the moment I conceded defeat. I shook Jake's hand after
Yep.
that Nick Chubb touchdown, and I walked out of the fucking bar.
Oh, man. And then everything changed.
Uh-huh.
Fun
Beautiful.
story. Traded
Jake.
for Nick Chubb today in my Dynasty League.
Really?
Traded Brian Robinson, a first round, and a fourth round pick.
In a dynasty league, you went and got an older running back for a future running back?
I got a 3 years worth of a solid running back. I don't have any other running backs in that league, and I have all the wide receivers, and I have some young quarterbacks. So I also have Tony Pollard and Pacheco and a bunch of other guys, so I'm fine. But anyway, back to this thing. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens go down to the Jags on a bold 2-point conversion call with 10 seconds left to win it, which is kind of the what's-his-face Doug Peterson way. That's what he's known for, is stuff like that.
That's true.
You know?
He's an aggressive mindset kind of guy. I turned that game – I walked home after they got that 2-pointer and considered it over. I didn't realize that Justin Tucker ended up getting like a 67-yard opportunity, which he's hit before. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. Which also would have won the week for Struzzi. If
Oh,
you're
right. Oh my God, you're right.
That would have been a touchdown.
Holy shit.
So many opportunities. He got the bad luck stick this week. He's the one that got the second highest score total and lost to the number one.
He just got nothing out of Kittle too. You know, you expect a little more out of Kittle. You know, Lamar, since he's been sick the last couple of weeks, hasn't really been putting up big numbers either. 23 is fine, but it's not what he's capable of, you know.
Chris Godwin has been a monster. And then look at the points on his bench, too. The big move, the reason I thought Jake was going to beat me this week was Joe Mixon out on concussion protocol. Is Strozzi had a higher waiver pick, and he took Samaje Perine from me. And Perine put up 17.3 points.
But how do you not? So I understand his difficulty because they're playing Tennessee, who's got a decent run defense, right? The Packers ran on them, but like they have a decent front. And
who do you take out?
Yeah,
how do you not play McLaurin the way he's been playing lately against Atlanta? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Chris Godwin's been a monster, and he was again. So you can have 17-pointer on your bench and still have made the right call. He's got a good team.
I love how he still has Raheem on there. Raheem's not coming back. He's dead. Anyway, he's all shouting Raheem the Dream, and he hasn't played in like 3 weeks. But you got some big weeks out of your wide receivers too. Amon-Ra was that man. I felt so bad for the Lions giving up that 40-yard play to Diggs to lose the game after they come down.
What are you doing? You know where it's going. There's like almost no time. You cannot give up that play. Over the middle, too. Like, what are you doing?
Literally take all of your D linemen out and put 11 cornerbacks, 20 yards, every 10 yards, put like 3 of them, and then have one guy deep and like figure it out. You know what I mean? Like,
and then spotlight the fuck out of Stephon Diggs. Like, come on.
Put 4 guys on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because
have 2 guys check him on the line.
Let him beat you with Dawson Knox, you know?
Yeah, because he's not going to be fast enough to get that far in that amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be fine. And then, I don't know.
Lions doing Lions things.
It would be fucked up if Detroit started winning on Thanksgiving, right?
Detroit won 3 in a row before that. How crazy is that?
Man, I don't know anything. Wait, you mean this season?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not on Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, I'm like, that seems inaccurate to me.
How about the stat that the Giants hadn't scored a first quarter touchdown on Thanksgiving since 1932?
Since they played like the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah, it was like 1930s.
Something like that. It was
wild.
I'm pretty sure it was the Kentucky racists that gave up that first quarter touchdown against the Giants in 1916.
Kentucky Ku Klux Klan, actually, in their professional football team in 1905.
Is that our first Klan shout out on this podcast? Because that's a memorable moment.
It might be. We should timestamp that. Anyway, we should talk about Jake's team a little bit.
Which one?
We kind of were doing that.
Yeah, we were kind of doing that.
Yeah, speaking of a clan, we should talk
team.
about Strozzi's team.
Jesus.
Full on off the rails. Erica was super bent out of shape that she didn't get Josh Palmer this week for some reason, and he wasn't even really that good for you.
No, I went all week trying to decide if I was going to play Palmer or Olave once I knew that Mixon was going to be out. Olave,
you chose wrong.
Yeah, by 0.6. You're right. It was damn close, though. Olave is not going to be on my team in about 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I traded that man to Cody today for Christian Kirk.
Oh,
yep.
Insider trading, huh? All right.
Inside the league. Yeah, so just like a trade. Olave's got Olave and Kamara have a bye on week 14, which is the first round of the playoffs.
Interesting.
And
so what's
Kirk's got and he's got a good matchup for the 2 weeks following. So it helps both of us.
I think Olave is going to roast the Falcons and the Browns, though. So
Cody, but I won't need him.
That's why that you won't need him if you don't win in week 14.
That's what I'm saying. I need Kirk week 14 because then week 15 and 16 he's going to be on the bench when I have Amon-Ra and CeeDee Lamb in anyway. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get sauced up in championship week if you make it there. But
and the Saints' offenses it's just been rough the last few weeks.
Yeah, they're kind of imploding. They're falling apart. They're getting banged up. It's Andy Dalton. How much can they expect?
We can expect them to be right about where they're at.
Yep, pretty much. And I don't think Jameis is going to be that much. I mean, for Olave, Jameis is probably better.
Olave is fantastic. Yeah, because that man will just salient.
Yeah.
Which is what kind of Olave needs to be.
You don't lose points from Olave on interceptions, so who gives a shit? Like, let it rip.
Yeah, exactly. Let him catch 2 or 3 of those, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark Andrews still not really doing what he was doing, so I'm happy to see that.
He dropped a wide open touchdown ball with 2 hands on it this week. That was a sign of optimism.
He's just been banged up, but the thing is he's still second best tight end in football. That's how bad tight ends are.
Yeah,
there's only one really worth having.
Tight ends have been absolute dog shit this year.
There is only one worth having.
It shows you why Travis Kelce is a major advantage every single year. If you have him,
every single year,
you dominate
He's the reason Erica
is
in such strong contention for the playoffs. Let's be real, because she lost the number 1 overall pick of the draft, which usually tanks the team, and Kelce kept her in it.
It's true.
Yep, but then Taylor's coming back on strong lately too.
He's
put together like 3.
Well, it's not
Erica made a really good run at the playoffs.
She's in them. She's in the playoffs. She's in.
Yeah, I said strong contention, like for a title.
Oh, yeah. She might get a bye. In fact, she's gonna get a bye.
She's not 100%. She's not 100% in.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, she's 100% in.
Yeah, it's between her and you to get a bye.
Oh yeah.
And you play each other next week.
You're both 100% in, and one of you will get the bye.
So it's only between you and Jake. It's between you and Strozzi who's going to make it in.
Nope, they're also in.
What?
I could drop out, but I would need to score 40 points next week because my point total tiebreaker is.
You get a bye for each round, and then it fills in best record. So
it's the 6 overall. It's not 3 from each side.
No, it's the best from each one. Get the bye from each side, and then it fills in the next 4.
Oh,
yeah, wow. Everyone else is a wild card. There's only 2 division winners, and everyone else is a wild card.
Oh, so I'm in there. Nice. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, cool. And I am playing for a bye. All right. Anyway, well, back to what we were doing.
Yes, there's going to be 4 people from our division that make it in. So
it's because we're the best division. It is what it is.
So we knew that from draft day.
Yeah. I mean, Anyway, so what else do we have to say here, guys?
I think we're good to move on.
All right. Do we want to talk about Erica and Dave?
I think this will be. There might be a third matchup for this Jake crime.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
And
it's been good.
So
it's been
it will
good.
probably be the only matchup where we have all of our running backs. Because the last time I played him, he had one of his main guys on a bye. So
you guys have had 2 really good matchups this year. It's been entertaining ones for sure.
Well,
probably the craziest ending we've seen to a matchup, like in league history. Maybe it's got to be top 3. That's pretty wild.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
Put it in the Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
Think on Jay Krem.
Yeah.
Boy, Tony
Hell of a
Jr.
matchup.
Flip it.
Feels
Flip
good.
it.
Classic rivalry.
What do
You
you
want to do
move
Eric?
on to?
Erica and Dave? Get
Let's
that
do
one?
Eric and Dave. Yeah.
All right. The other potential buy candidate in the lower division.
Who thought her team was imploding and has just been on a
Her
tear.
team was imploding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now she's just down. Honestly, she should thank her lucky stars for Jamal Williams. Because he's been amazing.
Oh,
It's last year's James Conner. The whole reason that he went in the first round this year is what he is doing.
Yeah, all the touchdowns.
Yep.
I mean, how many touchdowns does he have?
He was a waiver acquisition.
All of them.
Who's the RB10?
Oof.
When he didn't even start the season as a starter.
That guy has 13 touchdowns through 12 weeks.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
3 of them against me. That was fun.
Yeah, he's because he's a bowling ball, and they have a good offensive line.
And they just
3 yards.
Just keep giving it to him. Oh, it's up to Joe Mixon. They're down there. Everybody knows it. Doesn't matter.
Well, Swift can't do that. Swift is not as imposing as Jamal Williams inside the 5-yard line.
Excellent in the open field. Excellent in the open field, but when it's money time, Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams is just far more durable too. You know what I mean? Like he can take more punishment. DeAndre Swift, man, you put a few good hits on that guy and he just breaks, and that sucks because he's fun to watch when he's healthy, but he's
true.
He's never healthy. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dave's officially eliminated because prior to this week he technically had a 13% chance.
I mean, we all knew he was gone, but Dave didn't know he was gone. But now Dave knows he's gone.
Actually, I still think Dave doesn't know.
I still think Dave doesn't know, but we can see that 0% tomorrow when the thing's clear, and then
we'll clear it up when there's absolutely no chance. It's fun having Dave in the league. Love that guy. Anyway, AJ Brown, I mean, got in the end zone. Hasn't been great lately. She needs him. If she's going to win a championship, she needs AJ Brown to go nuclear like he was earlier this year.
Yeah. I think Philly's slowing down a little bit.
They're getting a little injured on the defense.
A little bit.
Secondary's getting banged up at the safety spot.
People are figuring them out a little bit too. At least
what does AJ Brown got? AJ Brown's got Tennessee next week.
Oh, he's going to play hard in that one.
Oh, yeah, he is.
That's a revenge matchup.
Oh, yeah,
he wants to torch those boys. Yeah, that's not good for me. It's not good for me. I don't like that. But she has somebody else important that's on a bye next week.
We'll get to those matchups.
Jonathan Taylor's playing against Dallas next week.
I know, which also I like. Anyway,
we'll get that.
Travis Kelce, I think maybe it was. Anyhow, nope, wrong. Okay, I'm going to quit guessing. So, yeah.
There you go.
She wanted Tyler Boyd to do something, and he could have, but it was T. Higgins' time. And who would have known that Zay Jones would have had a stupid, crazy week? I mean, all of her other wide receivers on her bench.
I was so mad every time the fucking ball got thrown to Zay Jones because I'm like, that's not Christian Kirk. Like, what are you guys doing?
Zay Jones is good.
They motioned to Christian Kirk 80% of the snaps that he was on the field, and they motioned him into open territory. And Trevor Lawrence's eyes, it's not like he would see it and goes, I'm going to go another way. They never looked that way. Like Trevor Lawrence is not a 3-read quarterback. He hasn't done it. He's got 1, maybe 2, and he never comes back across the field. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good. It worked in the 2-minute drill against Baltimore, but you know what? Like, Baltimore's given up some late leads this year, so I'm going to chalk it up to that.
I mean, 320 yards and 3 touchdowns. You can't scoff at that, man. In the NFL, that's still a good game, no matter how you chalk it up.
I hear you, but I watched that whole game, and when you watch somebody God, they just don't look that good.
That's the difference between fantasy good and football good.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
And for this week, it was good enough to get her into an almost bye situation.
Well, I mean, that's what she needed. I mean, on Dave's side, Tommy Buckets put up some points for once, kind of, but still got outscored by Lawrence. Got some touchdowns together finally. That offense, the Bucs are coming alive a little bit, but they did just lose to the Browns. So I mean, what's crazy? The Panthers, okay, The Panthers at like 4-8, I believe, are 2 games out of first place in that division.
Yeah, that division's trash.
None of those teams are out of it. Like, it's insane.
Well,
They're
I mean,
all so bad.
I thought, like a lot of people thought, Tampa's back, Tom Brady's back. Like, here's the momentum. Here we go.
At that overtime win they had against the Rams. Yeah.
Well, I mean that, and then going into Germany and beating a good Seattle team. I mean, they'd won a few and they'd figured some things out, and then Cleveland snips them.
That's the first time Tom Brady's lost an overtime game in Tampa. He's lost his edge. He's losing it.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, he's old.
They're still going to win. And they're still going to win the division.
And then they're going to go on a run in the playoffs, and they're going to somehow be in the NFC Championship.
How much do you guys remember Tom Brady playing in the AFC East, just garbage division, terrible team, so bad, and then he sees Buffalo coming alive, the Jets start to come alive, so he goes to Tampa. Now he's getting the joke division again, just gifted playoff appearances.
Yep. Feels that way, doesn't it?
I mean, hey,
it's the Tom Brady curse, man. Like,
he just wants to go to a weak division. The man doesn't like real competition.
I mean,
yeah, I said it.
I think all of his Super Bowl rings in a 21-point comeback in the fourth quarter. But sure. I
said no.
I don't like his success either, but he's still had it.
Yes, but I mean, the Super Bowls, yes, you're right. But like you look at all his accolades and his regular season records and his divisional records, it's like he got 5 free wins every season for.
He faced a few tough Jets teams in there, but that's about it.
So we were talking about this Tom Brady curse in the bar this weekend, and one of the funny things is like, all right, so that one year that he doesn't play because he breaks his leg week 1 against the Chiefs. Matt Castle takes the Patriots to an 11-win season, and they miss the playoffs because that's the one season their division's worth of shit.
Yeah, because the Jets were great that year.
The Jets and the Dolphins. The Jets and the Dolphins were also 11-plus win teams, and there was only 2 wildcard spots, and they didn't fucking make it.
I don't remember why the Dolphins were good that year. They had
because it was the year that they invented the Wildcat.
And who was the running back? It wasn't Ricky.
No, it wasn't Ricky.
That's after
it
Ricky.
Was.
They had another guy though.
Yeah.
They had one of the for a while. They had that one Minnesota running back who was a beast for a couple of years.
Who was that? Who was that running back?
There was a Barber, Marion Barber, but he was Dallas. He played for Dallas.
Yeah, he was Dallas and then Chicago.
Yeah, and he was good for like a year or two. Ronnie Brown. Yeah,
Ronnie Brown. They had Ted Ginn Jr., Anthony Fasano.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington was their quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington. That's right.
And then Chad, because that was after Chad Pennington failed with the Jets too, right?
I almost said, it was. I almost said Chad Henne, but that ain't it.
They finished first. They finished division first, 11-5.
Oh God, I remember Chad Pennington.
Wild.
he was the Sam Darnold of 2005.
He was like Brad Johnson if he was a younger guy.
They had Joey Porter on defense that had 17.5 sacks that year.
Ooh.
If you don't think Sam Darnold and Chad Pennington are the same guy, then you're out of your goddamn mind. I'm pretty sure that Sam Darnold is the bastard son of Chad Pennington.
Officially off the rails. This is the Chad Pennington podcast.
Hey, dude,
we got
football.
it. We did it, man.
It was fun.
We did it.
We got there. We got to the Chad Pennington reference.
First one. Timestamp it.
Hey, here's a lot of firsts.
Chad Pennington and the KKK, man. They go together like fucking eggs and rice.
Speaking of which, let's jump into Cody's match.
Oh yeah. Anyways. Speaking of racism and Chad Pennington, let's hop on over to Cody's team, huh?
Don't do me like that.
Oh shit. Anyway,
hey Cody, it's saying that you still got a 1% chance. So Pittsburgh's defense can score you 22 points in the last 9 minutes.
Hey,
this is
3 touchdowns, baby.
This is the greatest loss in my fantasy career.
Greatest how?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Because I got guaranteed a bye this week.
Got it.
Yeah, by less than a point. We'll get
Backing
there.
it in. Backing it
Isn't
in.
it nice to be in the shit division?
Listen, man. I had the best record going into this overall, so shit division or
Yeah, because
otherwise.
you get to play your division more than
I'd be
loser.
sitting at the top.
It's fun to build a castle on a rotten stump in the swamp, isn't it?
That was the most backwoods sentence. What was that English? What did you just say?
I'm gonna need that one again, Patrick.
I said it's fun to build a castle on a rotten stump in the swamp, isn't it?
Ah, okay. I like that.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yes.
I just said it quickly. Yeah.
You did.
I was like, why are they looking at me like I'm crazy? That was a good.
I could tell there was some art there. Yeah. I just couldn't make it out.
I could tell some art there. I didn't have the palate to really appreciate it. You know?
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. Well, we do what we can. So, do we need to say anything else about this matchup? Do we need to say anything about Dave's?
I mean, Allen keeping his season alive with this one. He had
we moved on. All right, so we're on Cody now.
Oh yeah.
Right, cool.
Would you miss the segue about the racism?
Come on, man.
I didn't know if we were actually moving.
You even said like a swamp reference, which is ridiculous because I'm sitting at the top of all the standings.
Allen had a 3% chance of making playoffs after last week. 3%. I bet it goes up to 7.
Hey, you literally lost to a swamp monster. That's where the reference came from.
You did. You lost to the swamp monster.
I did. Hey, but still clean. Still clean and living with a free game in week 14.
You lost to a guy that we wrote off weeks ago, and you gave him the glimmer of a chance to eke into the playoffs. Somehow, some way.
Hey, man,
he beat you at home, too.
I'm a giver.
At home. Wait, did he beat you in Madden, too?
No. We didn't play in Madden.
Get him close. 3 points. Game-winning field goal.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh, who? You and him in Madden?
No.
Oh, I was thinking the Strozzi one.
That's
my bad pod.
And that was a touchdown.
Allen almost beat me, but then said he got bored in the third quarter because I was running the ball too much, and he threw like 3 interceptions. So that's how I beat Allen.
Nice.
Allen, are you listening?
But it was a good win. Hey, it was a good win by Allen. He put up 121 points, which hasn't been his thing this year.
Is that his highest of the season?
Might be.
I think so. He got Garrett Wilson. Yeah, look at that. Miles Sanders and Garrett Wilson just putting on for the squad. Justin Herbert had a big game like he hasn't had all year.
That is Allen's highest point total since week 1.
Way to go, Allen.
Nice work,
129 week 1.
Keeping his hopes alive.
He had to bust out his best week to take out the 8-3 butthole wreckers.
Yeah, that butthole wreckers guy.
I don't mind backing into a long-term win, if you will.
Are you really gonna dump Christian Watson after the success that guy's had 3 weeks running?
No way. 0 chance.
Are you kidding?
Zero chance.
He's gonna drop Corey Davis.
I am thin at receiver, and no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, man.
No,
it's wild the production he's got because you look at his targets. It's only 8, 6, and 6 through 3 games, but all of his targets are just huge plays.
6 touchdowns.
And the targets tell a better story than his receptions because he drops a lot of balls too. It's just that every time he catches it, it's off to the races.
So
he even got one from Jordan Love after Rodgers went out too.
I went and saw that play later because I had people talking like, "Oh, Jordan Love's the guy," like here we go. And I'm like, "Ooh, that must have been a beautiful ball deep down the field." And I saw it was like 8-yard slant, and I'm like, "No, okay, got it."
Christian Watson, I think, learned how to get better releases off the line, basically. And he also found out he's like, oh, I'm faster than everyone.
Yeah. Like whatever
the Packers found that out too.
Whatever doubt that anyone had, they're like, oh, these are the pros now. Like, you might not be able to run past everyone. He's like, no, I still can.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm so faster than almost everybody on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's proved that in the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Most prolifically so in one noted night game in Green Bay. Anyway,
man, living in the past.
Hey, when we're 4-8, we have to live on the past glory moments.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
If Allen would have put in DJ Moore instead of Curtis Samuel, he'd almost put up $140 this week.
Well,
I don't know that you.
a win costs $1.05.
With Darnold in there, do you start DJ Moore every week?
I think so. With Darnold, I think you do.
Because then you got Garrett Wilson now.
I don't know, man.
When White's thrown to him, Garrett Wilson seems to go off.
How about the fact that
it kind of sucks?
How about the fact that you guys like my Anakin Skywalker, Zach Wilson thing? Did you see Zach Wilson sitting on the bench with his hood up? And then it's like Anakin crying.
He's been a really easy guy to hate on this week, that's for sure, after that press conference.
Well, you know what? Like, he's kind of a turd, and he's not that good. And Mike White throws a better ball. And
here we are. And you only need an average quarterback because they have a great defense. And if they had their running back, then they would be one of those like, hey, you don't want to run into the playoffs and play good defense because you just need a game manager. And Zach Wilson probably not good enough to be a game manager at this point. So move it on. You missed on a draft pick. So what?
Even Flacco was better than him. Did you see that Mike White wink slow motion at the camera that we're going to be seeing every week for the rest of the season?
You love it.
So good.
He's a perfect quarterback for New York. He's got Mark Sanchez vibes all over him.
No, jeez.
He does, though, doesn't he? He's a good-looking kid. They love him out there. Slings the ball. He's got a little bit of mobility. They got a great defense. They got a defensive-minded coach that loves to say things in the media. Getting flashbacks here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It does look similar. It'll be interesting to see next year with that with the running back returning, if they can like kind of keep that nastiness on defense. I hope they do.
Trying to trade for him in Dynasty too. The guys got him up for absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Him and Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard, be great back.
All right. Good win, Allen. We could probably get on. I lost. Fuck me, right?
Yeah. Fuck Cody.
Yeah. Get fucked. Get in there. Get fucked. Get fucked. You're terrible. You're guaranteed to buy.
And Odell Beckham's about to go to the Cowboys. Oh, it's so bad to be you.
God, so bad.
Son of a bitch.
Hate it. You hate to see it.
He's 100% going. He's 100%.
He's going to Dallas.
If he can stay on the airplane long enough to get there.
Okay, first of all,
he was drunk.
Hey, so the man drank. This is what happened. I guarantee this is what happened. He had a couple beers and he took a Xanax.
Yeah. Probably thought it's not going to hit until this plane takes off. Not going to be a problem.
And then he was a little out of it, and they were all like, he's dying, and it's Odell Beckham, and we're going to lose our airline. Which, fair enough. But also, just let him die, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, just like he's taking a nap.
Ooh. Let him die?
I mean, don't let him die, but you know what I mean? Like, don't haul him off with the cops because he took a Xanny bar and a couple of beers.
It's true. Like, just let the man sleep. Yeah. Like, make sure that, he's got a ride when you land and, he does. Like, get out of here.
Do you think Odell Beckham doesn't have a handler waiting for him wherever the hell he's going?
Right? Like, he called a guy, said, look, I'm going to slam a couple beers and take a Xanny bar. Okay? I'm going to need you there.
Yeah. I'm going to need you there, and you're going to give me a piggyback ride to the Bentley. Okay? That's what we're doing. P. Diddy style. Come on.
Yeah. We all know that the airline's overreacted.
Yeah. But anyway. So we got one left here.
Last matchup. Yep. The
quality
sneaky win.
Oh, such a beautiful sneaky win.
You know what was great is I was tallying points that whole game. I was like, sack, that's a point. Sack, that's a point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Interception, that's 2.
Well, that field goal at the end, Cody and I were texting each other like, oh, my God, is that going to take him down? I looked in the league settings, and it was the point bracket for losing points is 28 to 34 points, and that field goal put him at 33.
Damn right it was.
Oh, man, you lost. You won by half a fantasy point. Oh, razor-thin margin.
You know what I'm proud of myself? For holding back this whole podcast?
I'm proud of you, man.
I won by less than 0.6 points in both of my leagues this week. It was fantastic. Yeah,
nice.
I needed 26 points from the Miami defense to win my other league, and they fucking did it.
Wow.
It was fantastic. Yeah, well, I mean, they beat.
Fortune smiled upon you this week.
Yeah,
when you're the chosen one, they don't call me that for nothing. So
nobody calls you that.
Nobody does. So
when you call yourself that for nothing.
And that's accurate. But, like, hey, man, I'm proud of you. Way to go.
Hey, if you can't give yourself a nickname, then nobody else can either, you know?
That's right. Get fucked, Brant.
Yeah. Get fucked, Brent. You know what? You earned it. Brent's been fucking at me all goddamn year.
Yeah,
yes. Brandon Ayuk is better than Deebo Samuel. So you were right, but wait till I trade him away, guy.
All wait till I do it.
I know it too, but let's just get rid of him first and then talk shit about him. And then, you know, all this Elijah Mitchell bullshit. Where's Elijah Mitchell at now, Brent? Where's he at now? He's dead.
He's dead. He died.
He died. He's gone.
What He's gone.
He out. Brother. 6 weeks. Not that he needs it, because Rachaad White apparently is that guy in Tampa now.
Yeah, he is.
You know?
Yeah,
I was getting nervous.
He's gonna. I mean, I would say he's gonna be just fine, but he's one of the how many? We'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Brent's made some good free agent moves. He's got Rachaad White. Saquon's struggling with 4 offensive linemen out in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got, I mean, they missed their whole offensive line other than like one guy.
Well, Brant's going to be like within, like, I don't know, 5 points of the most points scored for the regular season with 1 week left. But but Justin Fields, that show is gone. The Barkley thing, like you just mentioned, like, so it's weird. Yep. We're in a weird spot.
I think he's going to be forced to play Joe Burrow for much of the rest of the year, because with partially torn ligaments and Fields' shoulder, even if he plays, you think they're going to have as many design runs for him? No way.
If the Bears know anything that's good for them, they will bench that man until next year.
I agree.
He proved that he's awesome. How about you don't ruin him when he's already hurt?
Yeah, maybe you get to use him a little bit next year if you don't ruin his career.
Yeah, and it's true that the Bears are really good at making those kind of decisions. So, like, you will probably see him benched, right?
I mean, he's probably going to play and get horribly injured, and then we'll never get to watch Justin Fields be great.
And we're all gonna be robbed of future Fields.
Yeah, because he's finally showing what everybody was so hyped on out of college.
It's true.
I mean, because he's so hard to defend. You know,
oh man, wild.
Yeah, but if you can develop as a passer on top of that, then you're looking at
which he kind of has,
kind of like Jalen Hurts progression.
Well, when you can run like that, and the defense knows you're gonna, like, the secondary does not look the same.
He got way more accurate in the second half of the year. His PFF will show that too.
A little bit,
you know. No, it's significantly so. If you look at the numbers,
defenses that he's facing and like knowing like seeing like the looks is gonna like drastically alter, and his confidence gotta be there too.
You still gotta make the throws.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Like I remember. So go ahead.
A lot easier in single high safety.
Well, yeah, I mean 100%, but like that's what makes him so hard to defend. Just like Lamar Jackson, just like Kyler Murray when Kyler Murray's healthy. Less so. I mean, Kyler Murray's not like Kyler Murray in the first couple of years was doing that, but like. He hasn't even really been that effective at doing it in like the last year and a half. Like
he's so small. Like the hits add up.
Take a hit. Yeah.
It's just not. It's not like he's healthy now. It's like there's always like a build up. You know what I mean?
Well,
there's a reason the careers are short.
The two best are Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen for that very reason. Yeah. Those guys. I mean, Jalen Hurts can run the ball like a running back. You know.
Yeah.
He's fucking enormous.
Like a squat 500 pounds. Those thighs, dude.
He took a full-on hit in the ribs by a DN against the Packers, shook it off, and ran for another 80 yards in that game.
Yeah. He takes his hits, and I'm waiting for these defenders to, like, bend him over backwards. And he not only holds his ground, but then doesn't lose any and pushes them back for 4 more yards if nobody comes to help tackle him.
Yeah,
if Kyler Murray would have got hit like that, he would have been out for 6 weeks.
Accurate.
I'm just saying,
He's small. He's a small man.
A little guy.
Yeah, but he had a good week this week. 25 points. That was a fun game between them and the Chargers. Brutal way to lose at the end there. But, Cardinals going to Cardinal. But,
Brett had a good week, too.
Kingsbury's getting...
Even without having to use Fields. And he lost by half a point. Those are the worst losses.
The biggest, I mean, they're brutal, but they're fun when you come on the positive side of it, like I did. But the T. Higgins saved my ass by almost matching Justin Jefferson because Jefferson, put up another big game like he does. But to be honest with you, go ahead.
I was just like, Justin Jefferson looked so much like he has a better stat line, like looking straight across, like him and Higgins, But like just watching those two performances, they looked like he looked so much more dominant than like what like the Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he's only got 4 more points because of it, but like it looked like it was a 15-point better performance. Does that make sense?
Jefferson dominated the entire game, and
he did.
It was also on Thanksgiving, so everybody watched it. Higgins dominated for about 8 minutes. He caught like 5 passes in like 8 minutes, one of them being like a 40-yard, beautiful back shoulder, turn around, drop it in the bucket touchdown to win the game.
He's easily the best wide receiver 2 in the league, right? Like, name me a better one. Can you think of one?
Mike Williams, when he's healthy, is tough.
Jalen Waddle.
Okay, those are
that's a good argument.
But there's only 2 teams that have that, right?
Devonta Smith has been at times, but not consistently.
Yeah, he hasn't done it. His potential's there, but
that's a running team.
Yeah.
Trying to go through the rest of them.
That's it.
I know this could be some dead space.
You guys named a couple
Chris
good
Godwin.
arguments, but
Chris Godwin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in there.
Yep.
He's got to be
He's definitely up there.
Yeah.
And he's been a wide receiver 1 for the last 4 or so weeks. So they're probably going to get Chase back next week.
Wait, I forgot. Christian Watson.
Stop it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's the end of the podcast, everybody. We'll see you next week.
You can't have a wide receiver 2 on your team if you don't have a wide receiver 1.
You're right. Anyway, moving on. we have two wide receiver 2s, okay? They equal 1.
You
together.
do. There you go.
Those powers unite.
2 plus 2 is not 1.
I'm pretty sure you have a 2 and a 3, and your 3's really fast.
He could be a 2.
He could be, and he's not
yet.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And Devontae Smith could be up there too, but he's not.
Yeah, and apples could be oranges, but they're just not bitter.
They just ain't.
They just ain't.
Yeah, Anyway, I'm really excited about what Isaiah Pacheco's doing and how much work he's getting. I think that guy could carry me to a title if they keep doing that.
That's your thing. That's your piece that is
my wild card.
It is. That's your wild card that makes you a viable playoff team. And
I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but look at the Chiefs historically.
They fall off in any second.
That's what I'm saying. The Chiefs will go. The Chiefs will go with a guy for 3-week stretches, and he'll kill it. Besides Kelsey, who's the universal constant, they'll go with the guy for 3 weeks, and whether it's through injury or cooling off or just a game plan, they will disappear, and somebody else will have 3 more weeks.
And you just hope that doesn't happen before week 16.
And Patrick's going to give you all some argument right now about how it's all flowers and butterflies because he's on his team.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what it is right here. You ready for this? Clyde Edwards-Helaire is brutally injured. Okay? He's non-existent. Jerick McKinnon is not a 3-down running back. Isaiah Pacheco, you watch that guy get fucking lit up left and right and then bounce up like a little bowling ball. He can take a hit, man.
He's small.
He's small, but he's all muscle.
We just talked about it.
You could get all the running back touches in Kansas City, though, and then they go wide receiver or tight end set, and none of the running backs get points.
Give him 80 carries. Give him 80 carries over the next 4 weeks, and then use him up. And then, hey, I don't care.
You're right.
You understand that that's your philosophy, but that has nothing to do with whether or not it's going to happen. We all hope that they run our players into the ground for 30 touches a game for the next 4 weeks, so that we can all have glory.
We all do.
A shared feeling.
And they did against a tough run defense. They read him 22 times.
We'll see.
Pacheco has hit double digits 3 times in 12
in a row.
weeks.
In a row.
Nope, 2 in a row. The other one was week 1.
No, you mean points. I'm talking about carries. But yeah, if you're talking about points, sure.
We're talking about actual fantasy production. Sorry.
Well, he came alive against Jacksonville, and he fumbled the ball once in that game. So, but he had 82 yards, and he had 16 carries. And then he had the game against the Chargers, okay, where he broke 100. and then he had all the work against the Rams. Okay, I'm already in the playoffs, so like it would be nice to win next week to get the bye. Because if I win next week and get the bye, skip the Denver matchup, and he gets to play Houston and Seattle, we going to scissor, baby.
I think that's a really good point, because if you get him against Denver, then do you start him?
If he's playing against Denver, probably not. We're looking at what Jeff Wilson's doing, and we're hoping that I mean, Jeff Wilson's got the Chargers that week, and then he's got Buffalo next week.
So am I team Erica? Is that what you're saying for next week? So you got to play in week 14?
You do whatever you want, dude. She's not winning. So
you do whatever you want to do.
All I'm saying is that CMC is going to go ham time because he has to. They don't have anybody else. Tyrion Davis-Price still hurt. They got rid of Jeff Wilson. Okay, Elijah Mitchell's gone. They're going to run Jordan Mason out there. They're not. It's CMC time. They rested CMC.
Yeah, it is CMC
in that
time.
game.
If he plays, he's already been labeled day-to-day by his own coach.
They didn't need him.
You're going to need him.
That was a 13-0 game.
Yeah, they didn't need him.
Doesn't matter. You're going to need him, so you better hope they need him.
That's a good point.
Also,
good point.
That's fine.
That's a good point.
They will need him. They rested him because they need him. They didn't need him in that game, so they rested him because
you are talking in circles, Patrick.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's go. Let's convince myself. Miami is not a hard team to run against.
Let's talk about Brandt's team a little bit in this matchup.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about his team.
When does Jamar Chase come back? Because Joe Burrow's numbers
probably next week.
Probably
next week. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just itching to get to the matchups of next week, because that's where all the fucking flavor is right now. That's where all the story is.
How long is Judy out?
Judy's dead. Broncos.
Judy's dead. The Broncos are dead. They don't matter.
They're terrible. They're fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Judy's still got that explosive potential,
though. No, he doesn't, because Russell Wilson.
He scored 15 points 4 or 5 times this year. He's got that one play and that 60-yard touchdown bomb.
Russell Wilson is the cheesiest $200 million mistake that anybody has ever made. He's a cheese-coated $200 million mistake.
His contract extension doesn't kick in until after next year.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he's terrible, And
so were the Broncos.
Broncos are also terrible. And here's the thing.
They built a 12-foot grave for him, for their entire franchise. I can't believe what they just did to themselves.
They fucked themselves. But the thing is, it could get better. There's 2 narratives how it could get better. They get a little bit better on the offensive line, okay? And they fire the fuck out of that coach because he's not good. He should not be a head coach. Wasn't ready.
Accurate.
Okay? And go get somebody that can put a system in, that can utilize the quarterback, because let's face it, Russell Wilson is not the 28th best quarterback in the league. He might not be top 10, but he's at least top 15. He's not as bad as he's been this year. It's more than
I will have to see it done, because he's been so bad that I'm not willing to say he's the top 15 quarterback in the league right now.
I still think that's true, but I think this year it hasn't been because of many things and because of him.
I mean, he hasn't been ever since he broke his throwing hand.
Yeah, you know what? You could be right about that. He could never be right again because of that.
Yep.
And that's the part I'm not considering. There might actually be damage there, and he might have fleeced him.
Yeah.
200 big ones.
He might be a really good businessman.
I mean, hey, Sierra ain't cheap. Anyway, so TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think Brandt's team's quieting down a little bit. He had all the optimism for a few weeks. He's still the point leader after this week, but
no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Nope.
Yes, he is.
I was the point leader, and
after this week.
Oh yeah, accurate.
Yeah, you're so far.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. The balance sheet.
How many points? How many points?
Numbers, Cody.
How many points did I have him by?
You do the math. I've already done it, and I've said that Brandt is going to be the point leader by about 9 points.
I had him by 10. Is that what it was?
Yeah. And also, You're about to be fucking behind me, man. And
All
the
right,
rest
so
of the
just
chicks,
for
so,
clarification's sake, since we've gone down this road now, Brant's going to have the point lead by about 9 points, and there's going to be about 4 teams that are going to be within about 15 points of the point title next week.
Yeah.
So there's going to be me, Strozy, Patrick, Cody, and Brant all going for the point leader next week.
Yeah.
Coming for that jersey,
Don't
baby.
hold punches, put in your best lineup, and somebody's winning a jersey.
Goddamn right. It's gonna be me.
5
I'm gonna buy
people,
myself
that's
a
wild.
sweet Ray Nitschke jersey. Gonna frame it. Gonna frame a big old Ray Nitschke jersey.
I'm still waiting to get my Micah Parsons jersey in the mail from my dad losing a bet on that Vikings Cowboys game. Should be
To call that a game is pretty generous of you.
That was not a game. That was a legal sexual assault.
It's an execution.
That was you should have called some authorities. It was bad.
Yeah, they should have been reported. The entire Dallas defense should be in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
psychopaths.
Anyhow,
was that our last matchup? It was a good one too.
I guess so.
Half a point.
Skip it. We can skip the rest of the talking.
Coming down to a Sunday night game, it was awesome.
It's fantastic.
It was awesome.
But yeah, man. You know what the part that pissed me off a little bit was that AJ Dillon's best game of the year. He's on the bench. He's going nuts.
Has to be expected.
It doesn't fucking matter at all. Anyway, so disappointed in the Packers. Let's talk about the matchups, guys. That's what we've been all waiting for, right? We covered them all, right? Did we do all the?
We did.
Okay.
We did. But
so next week,
who's all going to be? So we've got we've got the 2 Jakes, we've got the Patrick and Erica household. That's 5 locked up playoff spots.
You know it's rough. It's rough for me next week. Kyler Murray's on a bye.
Yeah, and Trish doesn't have any, or Erica doesn't have anybody on a bye next week.
Yeah,
I know. So it was
my money's on Erica. But we have one playoff spot up for debate. And how many 6-6 teams?
How many 6-6 teams?
We've got
like
Brant.
4.
We've got
Todd.
Allen. No, not Todd.
Yeah, Todd's gonna be
Todd
6-6.
Oh
Brant
shit, Todd's still in it. Oh fuck, that's right.
Allen 6-6.
Brant, Todd, and Allen. Brant, Todd, Allen, and no, not you, because you won.
I'll be
Brant, Todd, and Allen.
5. Yeah, there's gonna be 1 8-4 team. 1, 2, 3 7-5 teams.
I'm the 8-4 team, by the way. It's me.
4,
I made 4 too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
there's
3 8-4 teams.
There's 3 8-4 teams.
3 8-4 teams, 2 7-5 teams, and then 3 people at 6-6.
And so my division fighting for that last playoff spot.
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It's the 3 6-6 teams in your division fighting for that.
Because nobody, Jake and I technically could drop out, so it's not like locked in, but we'd have to get outscored by one of those 6-6 teams.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
By like 70 or 80 points.
Oh, okay.
For ease of playoff winning, I really hope it's Austin. Because Todd and Brant's teams are way scarier than Austin.
Austin's not one of them.
Yeah, or no, you're right. Allen. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So next week we've got me and Todd. And Todd beat me by like goddamn 50 a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He wants to beat you so bad next
week. Yeah, wouldn't you? You've got Brant going against Bailey. So now this
Bailey's
week
a wild card.
Yeah, she had
Amari
a good week.
Amari Cooper playing Houston,
which is good. He's going against Deshaun Watson starting that game, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want any differences at quarterback in that situation because Amari Cooper can produce it. The current system, we don't know what it's going to look like after that. You would assume better, but
Justin Jefferson having to go up against Sauce. That's going to be a fun matchup.
I think. Yeah. Oh man.
Yep.
And then you've got Austin taking on. I'm not Austin, but Allen's taking on Trish. So a very winnable matchup there.
For either one, Trish could win that too.
Matchup of the week is definitely Erica and Patrick next week. That's the one with the most juice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna win, and that's fine. It is what it is. I mean, the thing is here, Christian McCaffrey's playing Miami. Jeff Wilson's gonna run into the teeth of that San Francisco defense, but he's gonna score a touchdown. And then you're gonna have a shootout between Cincinnati and Kansas City. Pacheco's gonna run the ball. T. Higgins is gonna do the better things than Ja'Marr Chase.
Stop talking, Patrick.
And you're gonna have Russell Wilson as your best quarterback option.
Goddamn right. We'll find
against Baltimore.
Else. Hey, we're going for Mike White, baby.
You're streaming a quarterback the week before the playoffs start.
Gonna stream Mike White.
Yeah.
The whole point of streaming quarterbacks is to eventually find one that kind of works out and sticks.
Hey,
luckily he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to win to be in.
We're gonna stream Mike White against that Minnesota defense.
Oh, please do.
Ooh, interesting.
We might do it.
Interesting choices are being made. You heard it there, people.
Might do it.
Erica, put a claim in for Mike White.
What teams are on bye next week?
Cardinals, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals and Panthers. That's it.
Is that it?
Nope. Cardinals, Panthers, and Rams. Nope. Okay. Just Cards and Panthers. I don't know why I put Rams on there. Just the two of them.
Damn.
I mean, we're getting a
lot of football next week.
We get a lot of football the last couple of weeks. There's no buys over Thanksgiving week. We had a full slate.
Is that
every
accurate?
Single team. Yep. There's never a bye. No teams have buys on Thanksgiving. They all play. Yep.
I did not know that.
Wait, that means that I got to play against Austin next week when Austin has no James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Well, okay.
If you can only get overtaken by points, and it needs to be how much again?
A lot. I didn't crunch those exact numbers, but the point standings once you drop past the 6th spot is besides Erica, about 59.
And
you put up top score this week, so that's a
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not that much though. I mean, I think Jake
on you guys not that much. On the people that were in the bottom.
Yeah, the people that matter.
Oh, yeah,
the people that matter.
I see.
I'm excited. Next week's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have so much shit to bring to the podcast next month.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And you know what?
This might be my last podcast.
Yeah, this might be your last pod, man.
This might be.
It will be, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to make it work after this week.
You're gonna find a Bembe cafe down there, or what?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the time difference for when you're gonna be there?
All of the hours.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Let's see. I'll Google real quick. Hey Google, usually on the pod.
I'll tell you real quick. Having lived in Japan, basically
21 hours ahead of Pacific time.
21? No, it's usually 14.
Wellington, New Zealand is 21 hours ahead of Pacific time.
Yeah, so it's basically if it's tomorrow, but 3 hours back. So it's 5:30 in the evening there right now.
Gotcha.
So the time of day will be just fine. It'll just be the future where I'm at. It'll be Tuesday while you guys are having a Monday.
So we'll start calling you. So we'll have the balance sheet, and then we'll have Jimmy Neutron over here, and then we'll just have Pat.
You got a laptop you're taking with you, so you can do
No, I don't have a laptop. It'll be on my phone.
Okay.
No, you can zoom in on your phone. You got a camera on there.
Well, work. You just won't be able to see the other screen. Make it work though.
Yeah.
Make it work.
I mean, I can get printouts. Yeah,
you're gonna do
that. Yeah.
Just get access to a fax machine. I'll fax them to you.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. I'll get you my fax number while I'm over there.
Sweet.
Let's get some Lord of the Rings nerd to hold your phone for you.
Oh, that's what goes. Took me a second. I was like, why Lord of the Rings? Like, oh yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of that. It's just like Wizard of Oz in Kansas, man. Like anytime I talk to people.
Wait, did you just get who? You got
Cody's
muted?
audio is gone.
I think you muted yourself.
Damn.
Oh, hold on.
Says you're muted.
Are you back?
It says muted by the host.
Aha! I didn't mute you the first time. I was trying to unmute you. But I'll mute you again, if you don't mind your P's and Q's. Now, anyway.
That it?
Do we have anything else? I think that's good, boys. It's actually, we did that in a meaningful amount of time. So,
Yep.
yeah. So, all right.
Good luck to those in contention. Everybody else get fucked.
Be brave.
Everybody get fucked. Bye week.
Be brave and go for the points. All right, folks. Peace.
I'll never see any of you again.
You better come back alive.
I could die on a plane.
All right. You're not going to die. All right. We'll see you.
Probably not.
Or
Probably not.
or whatever.
Yeah, a couple months. Sweet.
The 10 years, 5 years.
Yeah, like however long it takes to swim back.
All right. Anyway, peace, dude.
Later.
Bye.